Hi, my name is Kyle Kittleson, and I am the creator and star of Baa Blast. I started Baa Blast about 3.5 years ago, and we've racked up millions of views and fans all over the world, and I'm here to answer some of the most common questions I get. The first big question I get is, how much money are you making on Baa Blast? That's a big one. And you would think, with all the views that we get on YouTube, that the ad revenue would be substantial. But most people don't understand that a kid's YouTube channel barely makes any money. It's about, in my experience, 1/10 of a non-kid's YouTube channel. In fact, the money that we do get from ad revenue doesn't even cover the cost of one Baa Blast episode, not even close, actually. So I'm really thankful for parents and caregivers like you who share our channel within their network and support us through buying Baa Blast merch or becoming a supporter on our website. As you can imagine, working on a project that doesn't make any money doesn't pay the bills. I do have a full-time job. Baa Blast is my part-time job. I have a full-time job at MedCircle. MedCircle is a mental health education platform. Perhaps you've seen my interviews with some of the best psychologists and psychiatrists on YouTube. MedCircle has a YouTube channel with more than 1.7 million subscribers. We release new videos every single week. And I've taken a lot of that education I've received over the last 7 years interviewing the best minds in mental health and put that into our Baa Blast episodes. It's why actually our mission at Baa Blast is to teach and model empathy and resilience to kids. If you've ever watched a Baa Blast episode, you've heard Baa Blast say, what do we say when things get tough? That's right, I can do this, I can do this. I think it's the most important message we can teach our children, that they can do it. And I also think it's the message that isn't getting out there. There's a super big focus on teaching our kids the colors and the numbers and the sounds that the animals make, and all that's really great. But when does their emotional well-being come into play? I want Baa Blast to be the catalyst for the understanding of empathy and resilience. People ask me, how did you come up with the name Baa Blast? Why is it called that? Well, I wanted it to be something that kids could easily say, even from an early age. And the sounds ba is one of the first sounds that a lot of kids make. So I thought it would be easy for them to hear and also repeat back. And then honestly, I just like the word blast. I went around for weeks going, it's Baba something, Baba Kazooie, Baba whatever. And I finally, a truck actually drove by and I saw the word blast on it and I thought, that's it, Baa Blast. And then we can blast off into these adventures and have a blast, and it just stuck. So now Baa Blast is what we got. Luckily, I do not edit my own videos. I'm not a good editor. Behind this camera right now is our videographer and editor, Michael Carson. He has been with me from the very beginning. I found him online, I called him and I said, look, I have an idea for a kids show. I don't know exactly what it's going to be yet, but I have a basic concept. Are you willing to go on this ride with me? And he said, yeah, let's try it out. So we filmed our pilot episode in October of 2021, and we launched that episode in March of 2022. The catalyst for me starting Baa Blast was this. I went over to my nephew's house. He was 3 years old, and him and his mom, my sister-in-law, were watching YouTube, and they were watching a video of a family who went and bought all these groceries, and then they put the groceries on the street, and the mom and the 2 kids sat and watched the dad run over the groceries with the car. And that was the whole video. That was it. And I looked at my sister-in-law, and then I looked at my 3-year-old nephew, and I told both of them, we can do better than this. And that started this mission to create impactful, incredible, high production quality content for kids. Kids don't have to watch garbage. They can watch stuff that they like to watch and that has a positive message and actually changes the course of their life. I didn't learn messages of empathy and resilience when I was 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I learned that much, much later. And if I had had those concepts of empathy and resilience, I think my life would have been easier. I think my life would have been more fun. And I think I would have made stronger connections faster. I'm always pleasantly surprised when I get the email from a parent, it's typically a mom, by the way. Shout out to all the moms, big fan of you guys. But I'm pleasantly surprised when I get an email saying, how can we help you? Baba Blast has helped us for X, Y, and Z. How can we help you? And one easy thing you can do right now is leave a comment under this video with feedback, a suggestion, or a question. I am desperate for feedback. YouTube Kids channels, we can't get any feedback there. They shut off the comments, they make it hard to interact with fans, there's no community element, and so I'm hoping this parent-focused channel will be an open line of communication. So if you see something that you don't like, you see something that you love, you got a question, leave it in the comments section. I'm gonna respond to everything. If there's something more personal or something you just don't wanna put on YouTube, I get it, you can contact me through babablast.com or just send me an email, kyle@babablast.com. I'm really hoping to engage with as many people as possible so I can learn and so we can get better. I believe that there's a bright future for Baba Blast. This year we've already released new characters into the Baba Blast universe. We have King Bobo, who represents this narcissistic, ego-filled, incredibly insecure person who only acts in their own self-interest with his minions of Gobos. And that's really been a fun character to create and also a fun way to build more stories and show how empathy can conquer all. And as we continue to expand the Baba Blast universe, I want to bring even more characters into it that kids can relate to, that kids can learn from, and that kids can have fun with. I'm also working as hard as I can to expand our line of Baba Blast original products. As you probably know, we have the original Baba Blaster, we have the full Power Blaster, we have t-shirts, we have coloring books. This plushie doll is of Baba Blast, and when you squeeze it, it says catchphrases from the show, like, "Here we go." And remember, what do you say when things get tough? I can do this, and you can do it. I think these messages cannot be shared enough, and it just gives another way for the child to get off the screen and into the real world with these concepts. Of course, Baba Blast is for everyone, but I do make a conscious effort to create really impactful content for children ages 2 to 6. Now, I personally don't believe that kids under the age of 2 should be spending much, if any, time on the screens. And I know that's not possible for a lot of people, and I don't have judgment for people who let their kids watch videos if their kid's under 2. You get to do whatever you want to do, and I support that. But once they're over the age of 2, it now becomes a responsibility that I take very seriously to give them something that of course is entertaining but also impactful. And I really focus on addressing milestones and including language that will resonate for kids 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 6. Now we have kids watching Baba Blast who are 7, 8, 9 years old because if you want to learn about animals, it's a great way to do that. So when you're thinking about who should I share Baba Blast with, I think anybody who has a curious mind, who's wanting to play with their imagination, who loves animals and wants to go on an adventure. Baba Blast is based in Arizona, but I do my best when the budget allows for us to go film all over the country. I want the kids in Arizona who always see a desert to see a beautiful, lush landscape in Minnesota. And I want kids who are used to seeing snow during the winter to see a sunny winter sky in Arizona. I think it's important that they not just see content on a green screen. I think they should see our natural world. This is a fun place to explore. Get outside, get going, get moving. I want our episodes to encourage outside play and discovery. Do you have another question that I missed? Leave it in the comments section below. I'm going to be answering these as they come available. Thank you again for all your support. For every parent that's emailed me, messaged me on social media, shared a photo, shared a video, shared the story of how Baba Blast has made a positive impact in their family or in their child's life, thank you, thank you, thank you. We know I'm not doing this because it pays. I'm doing this because I love it.